Number 6 key point, identifying factors related to sexual compatibility in people who want a long-term relationship can help predict the success of their relationship. So basically they're saying that if you're compatible, you're going to have a successful relationship. We can predict it depending on the different points, the variables, right? We can actually predict, depending on how many variables match or how many variables you can agree to, we can predict the success of the relationship. When I say we, studies say that they can predict the success of the relationship. And I do think that is news that we should all have. Okay? We all need to work on being sexually compatible with our partner. And the last one I squeezed in here was a little exclamation mark. Identify it before it happens. Can we do that? And the answer is yes, we can. Can you find out where you're not compatible or think, I'm going to have a disagreement here. What can I do to avoid that disagreement? What can I do to make sure that it's an easy disagreement, that we can get to agree? So you can actually do that. And if you need help, reach out for professional help. I always say that. But the reality is that happening, it's happening a lot. And a lot of people don't realize it's happening. So we need to realize it's happening by stepping back, analyzing the situation, looking for these different problems that we could anticipate in the relationship. And again, this is all individual, so each one has to have their own analysis and identify it before it affects the relationship, before it causes a maladjustment or a demise to the relationship and it's too late. You fall out of love and you give up and get divorced. That's what I'm trying to get you to avoid. I want the opposite to happen. I want you to identify that problem, sort it out, talk about it, happily agree, put it in writing if you have to, and have a great relationship sexually and relationship wise. I always say that because you need both to have the best longevity and the best quality of life that you want to have for the future, right? Live long and live happy. All right, so that was my key points on sexual compatibility. I have another diagram I want to show you real quick before we go. So here we go. This is just a quick pointer to let you know that there are connections to everything that we're talking about. It's really connected. And you'll see that sexual compatibility is at the top. So it's really important. And it actually does produce mutual sexual satisfaction when you're compatible, right? So that's really important. So both of you will be satisfied in the bedroom. It also produces sexual motivation. Motivation meaning wanting to do something. You're going to want to have sex because a lot of people have a problem being motivated to have sex. But when you're compatible, you have more of a chance of being interested and wanting to approach your partner and instigate, actually be the first person to make that move to have sex, which I know some men really do like. So the sexual motivation there is important. If you don't have sexual motivation, you might not be sexually compatible. So when you have sexual compatibility, you get motivated sexually. And you also have marital and relational satisfaction when you're sexually compatible. But here's what's important I want you to see. The sexual compatibility causes sexual satisfaction across the board and causes sexual desire. So when people say that they have a low desire, low libido, that might again be related to the sexual incompatibility. So that sexual desire does get awakened and you're full of wanting to have sex with your partner, right? Great sex. And then it also causes a sexual motivation. So you get double whammy. You get the sexual desire going, right? And sexual compatibility will get the sexual motivation going. And then you have that centerpiece that needs to be there to enjoy